All right, let's talk about a superpower that you already have, but you're probably not using to its full potential. It's this silent force that can literally change the way people see you. Let's dive in.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The most confident person is the quietest one. It kind of goes against everything we're told about how to, make an impact.
So, what's the deal? Why does being quiet actually project so much strength? That's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve right now.
Okay, first things first. We have to completely tear down this common myth we've all been taught, the idea that confidence has to be loud. It's time to unlearn all that noise.
You know the drill, right? We think the person who talks the most must be in charge, the one with all the answers. We've been trained to think that noise equals control, and that any silence is, well, awkward or weak. But what if that's completely backward? Our source material puts it so bluntly, it's kind of shocking. Weak people make noise. The idea here is that a constant need to talk, to just fill the air, isn't really a sign of strength at all. It might actually be a sign of insecurity. So here's why we totally flip the script. The myth we're sold is that noise means you're confident and in control. But the truth? The real truth is that strategic silence, well, that's what creates authority, sparks curiosity in others, and signals a deep, unshakable confidence. Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does it actually work? What is it about staying quiet that somehow gives you more authority?
It really boils down to this simple formula. When you're comfortable with silence, you create this vacuum. And other people, they can't help but get curious. They start wondering, what are they thinking? That curiosity, that's the little seed from which your authority starts to grow.
And this is absolutely crucial. A deliberate pause before you answer someone isn't you hesitating, it's you taking control. It shows everyone you're not just reacting. You're being thoughtful. You're composed. Think about what happens in that moment. When you pause, you make everyone else in the room wait. They literally lean in. Their attention is completely on you. And right there, you're commanding the entire room without saying a single word. That's authority. So if you're using silence more, what does that do to the words you do decide to say? As the saying goes, when words are few, their weight increases. It's like the basic law of supply and demand. If something is rare, it's more valuable. Your words are no different. I mean, just think about it. If someone is talking nonstop, their words just become background noise, right? But if a person who is usually quiet decides to speak, everybody listens. Your silence becomes this natural amplifier for your message, making sure it's not just heard, but it's actually felt and remembered.
Okay, theory is great, but let's get practical. How do you actually use this in the real world? Let's break down a few scenarios.
So here are three really high-stakes situations where mastering silence can give you a serious edge. Let's walk through them.
Okay, so picture this, an argument's getting heated. Our first instinct is always to talk faster, get louder. Do the exact opposite. When they finish making their point, just pause. Be silent for a few seconds. It totally breaks the rhythm of the fight, calms things down, and often makes the other person think, oh, maybe I went too far. And just like that, you've taken back control. Oh, this one is a classic power move in any negotiation. After you state your price or after they give you an offer, just be quiet. Don't say a word. Most people are incredibly uncomfortable with silence. So what happens? The person who cracks first, the one who feels that awkward need to fill the void, they're usually the one who gives something up. They'll reveal too much information just to break the tension. And in social settings, man, we've all been there, right? That awkward pause in a conversation, our anxiety spikes, and we rush to say anything to fill it. Instead, try just relaxing into it. Your calm composure is magnetic. It shows you're comfortable with yourself, which makes other people see you as more confident and, honestly, a lot more interesting. Now listen up, because this next part might just be the most important piece of the whole puzzle. Silence is powerful, but it's not a magic wand. You have to know when not to use it. And this is where we need to get really clear. We've been talking about silence as strength, but real power is knowing when to break that silence and make your voice heard. It's a tool, not a rule. The rule is this: never stay silent on your values and boundaries. This is the one area where you just can't compromise. When one of your core principles or a personal boundary gets crossed, that is the time to speak up, clearly and firmly.
In that moment, speaking isn't weakness. It's the ultimate sign of self-respect and true confidence.
So, what we're really talking about here is a whole new vision for what confidence can look like. It's not about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the most composed, the most deliberate, and because of that, the most powerful.
Let's just end with this one powerful idea. It really sums it all up perfectly. This isn't about being shy or having nothing to add. It's about having so much confidence that you don't feel the need to prove it with constant noise. It's confidence that's completely under your control.
So I'll leave you with a challenge. Think about your next meeting, your next negotiation, maybe even your next difficult conversation. Where will you use the power of silence first? Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe to Clarity Code for more.